life has become exceedingly hectic with the chaos of working families, busy schedules, travel.
If I continue in that sort of frenetic pace, I find that I forget about God.
There's a tremendous thirst for meaning in our lives, and contemplative outreach fills that vacuum, that void.
In the 1970s, 3 Trappist monks, Father William Menninger, Father Basil Pennington, and Abbot Thomas Keating, distilled a method of prayer called centering prayer to renew the ancient practices of Christian contemplation.
All of us have been in silent conversation with God from the beginning of time. God's first language is silence. In this brief time that we have, that we walk the earth, when we have quiet moments, something happens to us. Something begins to be reborn in us that is unbelievable.
Centering prayer is a method of opening and consenting to God's presence and action within us, a way of establishing a relationship with God that grows deeper and deeper in intimacy, understanding, and self-surrender. We let go of our ordinary psychological awareness and turn inwardly to the center of our being and to our spiritual faculties of intellect and the will to God, and to access the source of true happiness rather than look for it in external things or in other people or in ourselves apart from God.
To just say, okay, twice a day for 20 minutes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit and I'm going to surrender to God, and I'm going to let Him come in and do with me what He will.
We sit and God heals.
Before centering prayer, God was sort of an intellectual or theological construct in my life. And now it's the God who loves me, the God who wants to make Teresa the best Teresa that there can be.
My only knowledge of what happens during centering prayer is afterwards. It's in the fruits.
These people have learned centering prayer with the help of contemplative outreach, led by Father Keating.
Contemplative outreach is a spiritual network of individuals and small faith communities committed to living the contemplative dimension of the gospel in everyday life through the practice of centering prayer.
We speak of contemplative outreach not as a organization, but as an organism, as something that's alive and healthy and growing, the spiritual family.
The vision of contemplative outreach is, first of all, to try to renew the contemplative mystical tradition from earliest times. Secondly, I see contemplative prayer as the point of unity between the Christian denominations. And finally, we're in a better position to dialogue with the great spiritual traditions of the Eastern religions, Buddhism and Hinduism, who also have a very rich contemplative tradition.
Contemplative outreach is touching people of all faiths, all religions, all denominations, and it is causing us to recognize anew and afresh that there is a union in prayer.
Contemplative outreach also connects us with training, resources, prayer opportunities, retreats, and a chance to grow spiritually.
The support that contemplative outreach offers this spiritual network has 2 main locations: the International Office in Butler, New Jersey, and the Trappist Monastery at Snowmass, Colorado, where Father Thomas lives. At this spiritual center, many intense retreats and workshops are offered. Gail Fitzpatrick-Hopler is the president, under the guidance of Father Keating and the Board of Trustees.
We really offer centering prayer workshops and retreats to people. We usually wait for an invitation. We're open to offer it to just about anyone who's willing to learn.
We try to listen to the needs and to respond as best we can.
Extensión Contemplativa Internacional is like the younger sibling of contemplative outreach. The joint effort of a group of Spanish-speaking members of contemplative outreach trying to teach and spread centering prayer among the Spanish-speaking communities.
We're in England and Ireland and France and Germany. We're in South Africa, Australia, and Singapore and Malaysia. We're in Mexico and Canada and the Latin American countries.
Switzerland, Dominican Republic, Philippines. We're really at a very important point in our growth right now.
Our goal is to renew the contemplative dimension of the gospel in everyday life. More simply stated, it's to live ordinary life with extraordinary love, and that's an enormous goal.
Serving contemplative outreach is a way of serving God. It's an international spiritual family, a way of connecting with people all around the world who have a deep spiritual desire for God.
There is no language barrier when it comes to prayer. We are all bonded by this profound silence in centering prayer.
We are united in our common search for God and the experience of the living Christ through centering prayer.
This type of spiritual community can revitalize churches, and it's spreading around the world.